November 9th, 1989, East Berlin. At a government press conference, an official named Gunter Schabowski reads from a new travel regulation. The question is simple: when does it begin? Schabowski looks at his notes and says, as far as he knows, immediately. For 28 years, Berlin has been divided by concrete, wire, watchtowers, and armed checkpoints. The wall does more than separate two parts of a city. It represents a political system that has restricted movement between East and West since 1961. By the summer of 1989, however, that system is beginning to weaken. Across Eastern Europe, communist governments are facing growing pressure for reform. In East Germany, thousands of people are demonstrating for freedom of travel, freedom of speech, and democratic elections. Others are leaving the country through neighboring states. The government responds with new promises, new regulations, and increasingly large crowds in the streets. On November 6th, East German authorities publish a draft travel law. It is meant to control the growing demand to leave the country. But protests continue. 3 days later, the regulation is revised. Private trips abroad are supposed to become easier, and applications are intended to be processed quickly. Then comes the press conference. Schabowski has only recently received the documents. He is not fully prepared to explain the new rules. When a journalist asks when they take effect, he searches through his papers. Then he answers, immediately, as far as he knows. The statement is broadcast across East Germany. Television viewers hear that the new rules are effective immediately, and many interpret the announcement as permission to cross the border without delay. What had been a carefully controlled travel policy now sounds like an open border. Within hours, East Berliners begin moving toward the checkpoints. They are not arriving as an organized army. They come as families, friends, workers, and neighbors, carrying identification documents and expecting the new rule to be real. At the border, the guards have not received clear instructions. The crowds become larger. At Bornholmer Strasse, one of the main crossings into West Berlin, the pressure becomes impossible to ignore. Around 9:20 that evening, guards begin allowing some people through. Their passports are stamped in ways that effectively cancel them, but the people crossing do not understand what that means. The crowd keeps growing. By about 11:30 p.m., the barrier at Bornholmer Strasse is finally raised. People stream across the bridge into West Berlin. In the following hour, thousands pass through without the normal controls. Other checkpoints begin opening as well. On the other side, West Berliners are waiting. People who have lived within walking distance of each other for decades suddenly meet across an opening that had seemed permanent. Some climb onto the wall, others embrace strangers. The atmosphere changes from uncertainty to celebration within minutes, but the wall itself does not disappear that night. Concrete barriers remain standing and border facilities still exist. What changes is the assumption that the border can continue operating as before. The people have discovered that the gates can open, and the government cannot easily close them again. Its political power does. For nearly 3 decades, the Berlin Wall has been one of the clearest symbols of the Cold War. It has divided families, neighborhoods, and a nation, yet its opening is not the result of a military battle. It comes through mass public pressure, political confusion, and a border system that can no longer contain the people demanding change. The consequences move quickly. In the weeks after November 9th, more crossing points open. Political negotiations begin. The ruling Socialist Unity Party loses power, and opposition groups prepare for a new political future. In March 1990, East Germany holds its first free parliamentary elections. Then the story moves beyond the wall. In July 1990, an economic and monetary union between East and West Germany takes effect. In August, East Germany's parliament votes for accession to the Federal Republic. On October 3rd, 1990, German reunification becomes official. Less than 1 year after the first barriers open, the country that built the wall no longer exists as a separate state. The Berlin Wall had stood for 28 years. Its fall takes only one night to begin. in, but the forces behind it have been building for months. The wall opened on November 9th, 1989. Germany followed.